Oh, morning. Wondered when you'd be up and about. Walked the perimeter, checked the traps. Oh. And, found this handsome devil strung up on one of them. Yeah, see, they seem to think I keep referring to the regular sort of wolves. So I just took a trophy to show them exactly what we out here have been dealing with. What? Oh, it's in a bag. Barking brutes. How have you survived this long? Who else lives here? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. Do you mean this great wide forest we find ourselves in? Do you mean this continent, this planet, this house? No, it's just me. Well, I didn't say it was just me always. Obviously, this used to be a family home. But there were a series of unfortunate events that led to that not being the case anymore. They're just not here, alright? Look, it's not like they're dead. At least, most of them, I know that for certain. My dad got sick, couldn't do the smithing work anymore, so he and my mom just moved up into the mountains to get away from all of this. Me and my brother stayed behind to look after things. He's out right now. That was his room I put you in, so better hope he didn't break anything. Speaking of breaking things, got eggs on the table, coffee on the stove. I suggest you have some of both before we leave. Oh, town. Yeah, there's just some people I need to talk to, things to take care of. Trying to figure out what to do about you. That's definitely one of them. Well, we have to find out where you came from. Even if you didn't pass over from the other side, with all that scenarios concerning implications, you've still got people who will be looking for you. Family, friends, spouse. Chickens? Or not. I don't know your life, and apparently neither do you. All the more reason to be asking around. I did what I did because you showed up out of nowhere, caught in a trap set where it would only catch the big bad fairy beasts. And no offense, but I don't remember anything. You could understand why some would be a little suspicious. After our little conversation yesterday, I am fully satisfied that you don't pose any immediate danger. I only want to help you now. Look, it's not that I don't appreciate this ass, but do you want my help or not? Alright. Take you to the magistrate? No, I don't think I'll be taking you there just yet. I did say that, and I will still be taking my journal to him. But I've been thinking, and I don't think we need to burden him with those particular details. There's other paths we can explore first. But we'll jump that puddle when we have to. Eat up. Grab a cloak. Meet me outside when you're... Oh. No. I can't be taking you into town dressed like that. No, I'm serious. You'll stick out like a Luan initiate at the Springs Blush Festival. And your shoes. Sorry. Whatever you want to call those things on your feet. They won't be standing the test of the road, is what I'm saying, alright? We've got some old things somewhere around here. Between those, mine, and my brother's, I think I should be able to cobble something together for you. He's got some old boots that should work, I think. I'll leave some options out for you. In the meantime, eat, then get dressed, and meet me out by the stable, alright? We're burning daylight. There you are. How do the clothes feel? Go on, give us a spin. Yeah, they look alright. Did the boots fit well enough? Good. Well, then you're just in time. Calliope's ready to go, but Chancer threw a shoe. So I'm saddling up this one for you. This here's Frostwalker. May sound like the name of a mighty steed, but let me assure you, the name was ironically given. Didn't take us long after purchasing her to learn that if there was even a whisper of ice in the air, we weren't seeing any but the back of her till the end of spring. If there was even a hint of snow on the ground, it was like fighting a force of nature itself to get her to step foot outside the stable. I tell you what, she's fussier than some of them rich capital ladies. But she's sweet. And she enjoys her walks, does her bit, just as long as it's temperate. If the sun is shining, you've got a right angel on your hands. I'm just saddling her up for you and then be back on our way. She's a bit taller than the others, so... Would you mind rolling up your sleeves and help me center it from that side? Or you could just finish it, I suppose. I admire your enthusiasm, but have you ever saddled a horse? Apparently so. Looks pretty good. Let me check a few things. No, see, this is supposed to be... Oh, no, that's right. Huh? No. No. Seems like you know your way around. Yeah, looks alright. Oh, here. For your wrist. Yeah, it just looks like you got a spot of grease there. It happens. I just got these shined up not too long ago. Have to make sure they're looked after. These things are ancient. Been in the family for a long time. Is it not coming off? Let me see. Couldn't be the... Right. Do you have inked skin here? No, I mean... This marking, is it intentional? You don't remember. Right. Story for another time, I suppose. Well, got a few hours of travel ahead of us. Let's see if you can ride just as well as you can saddle a horse. Come on. Yes. Welcome to Scathansgate. Just keep up. I don't see... Well, there's someone I need to talk to before we do anything else. I just...
Mutton filling today. Penny a piece.
Wait a
Lunch
minute.
specials with mutton filling today. Penny a piece.
You hungry?
Lunch specials with mutton filling today. Penny a piece. Lunch specials with mutton filling today. Penny a piece.
Any special price for outcasts?
Oh, hey there, Nora. Nice to see you in town. And with a friend.
Ah, they're just passing through.
Aren't we all? How's the old place doing?
Despite everything, still standing. Area's been catching a bit more foot traffic lately, though, if you catch my meaning.
Unfortunately. Wish the town would get more of that. Maybe I'd be able to retire early.
Trust me, you don't want this kind. Besides, then who would we go to for the greasiest meat pies in the country?
What can I get for you?
I'll take 2 specials if you don't mind. Have you seen Ian around?
He's been up by the house these past few weeks. Be off here in a bit for lunch, I reckon. Usually comes by for one of these.
Is that right? Huh. You know, could you toss another one on there?
Oh, when you speak to your father, tell him he's still down a silver. Our little game of fox and goose. Haven't they forgotten?
You know he nearly died, right?
A sorry excuse if ever I heard one.
Safe home.
Likewise. Lunch special with mutton filling. Penny a piece. Lunch special with mutton filling. Penny a piece.
Here's yours. It's bread and meat and just ate it, you'll like it. The House of Deliberation. Fancy name, but perfectly describes the only thing that ever happens within its walls. Ian must be moving up. Good for him. A friend of my brother's, friend of mine, they started in on the guard together a while back. Now he's one of the few people who still takes me seriously. Actually, I think that's him up ahead. We're just in time. Looks like he's switching out. Hey! Eyes up, soldier!
While I appreciate it was not a deadly projectile for a change, I try not to eat food thrown at me by strange women.
It's been a while, I know. I'm sorry. But we've got a bigger problem right now.
Not ringing any bells. You know, most people claiming to know someone would start off with something like, hi there, how are you? How long's it been? A month?
Hi there, how are you? Has the town decided to actually listen to its outposts yet?
Oh, I remember now. Ain't you that crazy person always heralding the invasion of the fairy people from bedtime stories?
Oh, keep laughing. You've already got one foot in my boat. So you're up by the big house now?
You have the privilege of gazing at the new right hand of the head sentry of the grounds of the House of the Liberation. Tasked with the safekeeping of all personages therein. You should probably bow or something, I don't know. Who's the tag along?
That is a very good question, and one that has to do with that bigger problem I mentioned. I found them out by the... you know what.
Hold on. What was that?
The traps were for the beasts. They just happened to stumble into one. It wasn't intentional. And for the last time, I did not drug you. It was just a little bit of Fearin root in the tea.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Did you toss him for spare coin while you were at it? Give him any other reason to mistrust you.
A word.
Sure.
You just... stay here and eat your food, alright? We'll be right back.
Hell, you've been busy.
Yeah, well, it's just me out there, isn't it?
Doesn't have to be. You could move back to town.
You know why I can't. Put aside everything else, he is still out there. I don't like to leave even for a day because what if he comes back and I'm not there? The attacks are getting worse. There's more of them coming through every couple days now.
Scouts, you figure?
Most likely. And then there's them. They're not Fae, weren't dressed for traveling through the wilds, and have absolutely no reason to be where they were. I think they came through the mirror.
Did you see them come through?
No. They said they don't remember how they got there, and seemed to be telling the truth. But at one point, they got this look in their eyes, like they were somewhere else for a second, or listening to something, someone. They seem nice enough, but I don't know, I just feel off about it.
And it wouldn't surprise me if this were no go at it. So, what's your plan then, bringing him here?
I told them we'd ask around, talk to people, try and figure out where they came from, but to be honest, I'm not expecting to find much. Chances are, anything that could help us is in their head.
So you're going to take them to the house?
Not yet.
You're stalling for time. Keeping them around in case they remember something. Oh, heavens above, Nora! You have no idea who they are. In the very best of cases, they're someone who was in the very wrong place at the very wrong time. They could be anyone. Saint, murderer, anything in between. And at the very worst, they're a keg of black powder sent here by the enemy, and you have no way of knowing when they'll go off.
And what if there's something in the middle? What if they did come through and they remember how they did it?
I want aid back just as much as you do. But you're not thinking this through. Take them to the house. Tell them what happened. If they just so happen to be the unluckiest person in the world and met misfortune wandering through the wilds, they'd take care of them. And if it's a different case, I'll be keeping an eye on him. I can do that now. I'll send word, whatever happens.
Well, there goes another foolproof plan. It is good to see you. It is good to see you.
I'd imagine you'd be glad to see anyone that's not Calliope after a month.
Oh, there were the wolves. Don't forget the wolves. Oh, hi. Yeah, ask them. They've seen them up close and personal, like.
So is that all you came down here for? Grab lunch and to say hi to an old friend?
Well, that. And I was taking Fido here for a walk.
So, saints above. That's a demon if I ever saw one.
Figured I'd bring it down here and show everyone exactly what their outposts have been dealing with. I also brought measurements from the perimeter. Actually, you need to say these. Here. Yeah, this page right here. See? These right here prove that the mirror has not only been expanding, but pushing inland. It's slow, granted, but it is happening, and we have proof now. They'll have to listen to us about this at least.
Well, that's great. You weren't hoping to show these to the magistrate, were you?
Who else would I show them to? He has to see me this time.
Well, that's just it. The magistrate isn't...
And just what do we have here?
Sir, just a conversation between three citizens enjoying the sun.
I see.
Is there anything we can do for you?
Oh, no. Deliberations in the main hall are on recess. I was just taking a moment for some fresh air when I saw a trio holding their own little private council on house grounds. And I couldn't help but be curious.
This is my post. And they're well within their rights to be here. Everyone in there serves the people of this town. Or they're supposed to.
Yes, but some would call it loitering.
Some would call it minding their own business. I wish it were a more common practice.
Why, is that the old blacksmith's daughter? Nora, was it? A town's guard socializing with a known troublemaker and rabble-rouser. A stone's throw away from where official business is being conducted. Someone less magnanimous than I would suspect mischief.
No mischief here. Well, none from our account.
Oh, don't worry. I have a perfectly valid reason for being here.
You have a reputation in the house. Don't tell me you're back to try and bully them into chasing specters in the woods again. We here deal in facts and truths. Your stories would be better suited to the town square, spouted at the half-wits who still believe monsters live under their beds.
As much as I would love to comment on the irony of that statement, I have new information to deliver. Proof. And you're not going to stop me this time.
And just who were you planning on delivering this new information to? I can assure you, right now, no one will be available to suffer through your fictional accounts.
Well, then it's a good thing I'm not here for anyone but the magistrate. I might have to wait, but I know he'll see me.
Yes, loath as I am to admit it, I do believe he would. Were this any other time, that is.
What do you mean?
Would you like to inform your little friend here, or shall I?
He's been called away on capital business.
And as his advisor, all requests in the interim require my approval.
Why are you so... What would it take to convince you?
Oh, I don't know. First-hand accounts are always interesting. Verifiable, of course. Something that's been in this other place you rattle on so much about. Not one of those mindless beasts. Something that can be interrogated. Something that can talk. When given the proper incentive. But you've been terribly discourteous. This entire exchange and no introduction to the unknown party. Venkelt, chief advisor and humble servant of the people. And you are? Oh, how, exotic. Just where are you from?
Out of town.
They're just visiting.
I see. Well, it appears you're out of luck today. Terribly sorry your trip was in vain. By the way, how is your family?
How's that thing on your face? So considerate of you to take it on walks. Or is it the other way around?
I can't even tell anymore. I swear it gets bigger every day. Honestly, you must be proud.
It has your eyes.
My wart is fine. But you two would do well to tread lightly.
And why is that?
What did we ever do to you?
Oh, not just to me. To the public. Interfering with a town official, disturbing the peace, conspiracy to incite violence. Investigations are terribly disruptive to one's day-to-day. And don't think that I'm not aware that it was you two who added this to the approval census.
We did that?
I don't recall.
I think he's just jealous because it gets a higher public approval rating than him.
Can't be easy. Must make for awkward days at the office. Honest question. When you're walking, do you ever find yourself veering to the right? With the weight of it?
Leave! Guard, do your job and escort them both off house grounds, or you will all be escorted out of town. Huh.
Well, I suppose a change in scenery would be nice. In trouble? Nah, don't mind Venkelt. We try not to.
Advisor in title alone. He's an arrogant, conniving worm, leeching off whatever dregs of power happen to trickle his way.
He showed his colours in front of someone who could actually do something about it, and they knocked him down about as far as you could go. So now he gets to be the thorn in this town's collective boot. He'll throw orders around, but can't really do anything that'll last.
But it's enough. There has to be a way to get them to listen.
Well, maybe we're talking to the wrong people.
And who else would we go to?
How did the two of you fancy a trip through the wilds?